I wanted to quickly talk about discernment. Most people think discernment is to discern between right and wrong, truth and false, right? But what if it's not that? What if discernment is your own internal filter, filtering through what you are ready to hear? Sometimes there's some higher truths that come through that we're not quite ready to hear. We're at a stage of our evolution where it just it doesn't land well, it can't land well. It doesn't make sense to us. It's so far removed from the current belief that it cannot be accepted. So you will discern that as something that's false. But in fact, it may not be. It may just be that you're not ready to hear it. So consider that next time you hear something that conflicts with your belief system. You know, your discernment is like it's like a water filter, one of those ceramic filters with the different layers. You know, each layer filters something different. And then when the water comes through at the bottom, that is the pure truth, so to speak, that your inner compass has discerned. But as I said, sometimes things conflict with your current beliefs so much that perhaps you're just not either open-minded enough to hear it, or it's such a stretch from where you are currently in your belief system. So consider that next time you hear something that just doesn't make sense, but other people seem to really gravitate towards. And keep an open mind. You know, if you use your internal filtration system, it will never let you down. And you know what? It's okay. If you're not ready to hear something, you're not ready, and that's all good. Just go through this evolution without the need to perform perfectly every time, to be able to discern everything as right as truth or falsehood every single time. We're all going through this transformation together, and different things transform at different times within our bigger being, whether it is in your body, or emotional body, or spiritual body. How much your higher self is embodied into your physical body. These are all things, it's a very complex transformational process. So, don't give yourself too much of a hard time, but also don't get too confident, because sometimes you have something that you believe you arrived at pure truth, and then suddenly it gets shattered, and you're like, wow, I clung onto that truth for so long, thinking there can be no other truth. And here I am, and it's just been shattered. So keep an open mind, guys. This is a very, very interesting evolutionary process that we're busy going through. And you're gonna find that it's not only gonna be the sleepers that wake up. Many amongst us us awakened ones and people on the spiritual path will also going through huge transformations still. We're definitely not at the end of this evolution yet, not by a long shot. And you may be surprised in the end. And Q like to say, the end is not for everyone. And I think that is something to ponder on, because some people's belief systems will be very much shattered. And yes, I know that mainly that refers to things like dogmatic religious beliefs, or cultural beliefs, or beliefs in the system, or democracy, and all of these constructs, these false constructs that have been created for us as like a little encampments that we think is free and the edge of evolution, and yet it isn't, just another containment camp. So yes, it is mainly for that, but I also believe many in the truth community and many in the spiritual community will realize a lot of things that are going to shake their worlds towards the end of this awakening process and this ascension process, that is going to be shattered by it. And that's why keeping an open mind is so important. Not being married to one idea, until death does you part. it's just not a good idea, because then you become just like those that are refusing to wake up, just another version. So keep an open mind, keep an open heart, use your discernment. It's a muscle that can be exercised, and it will develop over time more and more. And as you are ready for more information, it's also going to give you different kinds of information. So there may be some truths that you previously listened to that you discarded as falsehoods or pure nonsense, that, you know, in a couple of months are going to capture you and allow you to think deeper, like, wow, maybe I shouldn't reject this information. Maybe I should look deeper into this information. So this is how it's going to unfold, and be ready to be surprised, be ready to be shocked, be ready to be proved otherwise. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just going to carry on while it's beeping, beeping, beeping. But keep an open mind. That's the name of the game. And practice that discernment muscle every single day. Don't go to other people, ask them for what's right and wrong. Sometimes it's good to bounce things off other people. But in general, we need to find that inner knowing ourselves, because we have all the answers. Actually, we have everything that we need inside, right? So why are we even looking outside? But, you know, that's what we do. But eventually, when we've discovered everything that's outside, we go inwards when there are no more answers available. And then we get the real answers. So don't forget that. Make time to be with yourself in quiet contemplation and reflection, whether sitting next to a stream, looking at water running over rocks, or whatever it may be, or maybe meditating, you know, hardcore meditating. It's all good, and it's all going to develop your intuition, your discernment, your connection, and your information field. You will get all the answers that you are looking for inside of you, because there's a whole universe inside of you. Your thoughts, your knowledge, your wisdom is not inside this body. So when people say go inside, it's not actually inside the body, but it's by the action of being still. It's by the action of cutting off the noise and everything else. When you're in a safe space to go within, when you go within, you can go without, and you can access the quantum field at will, and everything and anything that is in that quantum field you can access. And that is what they're talking about when you go within. So keep that in mind, practice that muscle, work on it every day. We've got a lot of work to do, but it's exciting, and more every day. We discover new things, new gifts, new knowings, new wisdoms, new remembrance, and it's a beautiful journey. So enjoy the ride. Don't just, wait to get to the destination. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, enjoy every moment of this beautiful journey. Sending you much love.